I'm a black man living in Mexico. Of course I had to check out the country's only nude beach. Hey, it's Kevin from Melanin Man Travels. Let me tell you about this wild ride that I just had down in Oaxaca, Mexico. Now, for those of you who know me, I'm no longer that shy guy. And in this stage of my life, yes, I know it's hard to believe that I used to be shy, but now I'm living for all of the new experiences. I've traveled and I've experienced quite a bit throughout Europe, but the tide has changed and this is a new season. It's now time for me to discover more of Mexico and Latin America. Welcome to Zipolite, Mexico. Zipolite, for those of you who don't know, is a small beach town on the Oaxacan coast, and it's famous for being Mexico's only official and legal nudist beach. Yep, you heard me right, butt naked in the sunshine. Now, Playa Zipolite is a beach that is nude. The town of Zipolite is not. The beach is clothing optional, so nudity is not required. Surprisingly, only about 30% of the sun dwellers go au natural. So, those who are clothed or the non-nudist crowd will fit in quite comfortably. Now, I didn't just roll up on Zipolite out of nowhere. The city has been attracting a bohemian, off-the-beaten-path type since the 1960s. I have two buddies from Guadalajara who are nudists, and they've often attended the big nudist festival that happens in Zipolite every February. They invited me to go back this past February, but my schedule wouldn't permit it. So I decided it was time to be adventurous in my new country on my own. The first thing you gotta know about Zipolite is the vibe. Man, this place was so chill. Like, everybody's on island time, even though it's not an island. I got there and the whole town looked and felt like a reggae song. Smooth, laid back, and just the right kind of slow. It has spotty internet service, and there are no businesses with name recognition to be found anywhere. The streets are all dirt and cobblestone, lined with colorful houses and beautiful shops. You can smell the ocean and you can hear the sound of the waves, no matter where you are. I truly had escaped to a special and unique place. Although Zipolite has become known as a haven for the LGBT plus community, it really is an open space for any and everyone to come together and live life open and free. This is a part of its village charm. There are a variety of hotels to choose from, serving the upscale heterosexual nudist couple to the pansexual hippie backpacker and any other demographic that you can think of. As a gay man, I opted for a cool men's only, clothing optional boutique hotel right off the beach. Nothing super fancy, but it had a nice wading pool and my room had a porch and a private sun deck with a view of the pool below. In the days to come, I would spend hours laying by the pool, listening to a book on my phone, creating a video on my iPad, or just chatting with some new friends. But now, I've unpacked my bags, headed straight for the beach, where I discarded my clothes and my inhibitions. And there it was, folks just chilling in their birthday suits, like it was the most natural thing in the world to do. Well, because it was natural. Sitting or walking amongst them were fully clothed people, enjoying the same ocean breeze, sharing a meal, or having some drinks. Older people, young people, all shades and all sizes. Now, truth be told, I've been to nude beaches before, mainly in Europe, where you will find the majority of people on those beaches are naked. Zipolite was different though, because no one seemed to care if you were clothed or not. It was a unique level of freedom. It's like you're finally part of nature instead of just being an observer of it. As much as I enjoyed vibing with new friends down at the beach or around the pool, I truly relished my meditative alone time when I was on the beach. Every morning, I was awakened by the indigenous birds of Oaxaca. Like an alarm clock, sometime around 5 a.m., they began to sing to one another. Now, the state of Oaxaca is very biodiverse. It has over 700 different species of birds, including some unique woodpeckers. There was this one bird that had such a unique sound. It was like a whistle and a squawk combined. It may have been a blue mockingbird. I don't know. But I hate that I didn't record it. Every time I thought about grabbing my phone, I would just roll back over and let the calls of the bird lull me back to sleep. Trust me, when you visit, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When I finally would fully wake up, it was off to the beach. You don't know freedom until you walk on a pristine beach in your birthday suit, being bathed by the sun. It was low season during my trip, so I appreciated that the big crowds were just not there. There were just enough people to have diverse experiences, but not feel alone. My early morning walks on the beach were a slice of heaven. The sand was smooth because not many people had walked on it. The crashing waves were a majestic soundtrack. I walked and walked and walked, with Thanksgiving in my heart and gratitude on my mind. Each day, I would find a semi-private space where I would stretch and meditate. As I would sit, I became aware of how beautiful nature really is. The rocks, the birds, the waves. It was total bliss. If you've done any research on the city of Zipolite, you may have read that you need to carry efectivo, which is Mexican pesos in cash. This is true. I personally did not see any ATMs. I have read that there are 2 in the town, but I didn't see them. However, contrary to older internet posts, many restaurants now take credit cards. I only came across one that charged me a fee for using it. So just be prepared to have cash, especially for those taxi rides. I didn't get a chance to hit up some of the more well-known eateries, like the restaurant at Hotel El Alchemiste or Sal and Pimenta, but I did enjoy the places that I tried. I had lunch at the restaurant inside of the Budamar Hotel, which was right on the beach, and it had an amazing view of the ocean. Their shrimp tacos were really tasty. I also grabbed Italian at Donde Franco. I had Thai at Mau Mau, and I ate breakfast at Orele Cafe. Part of the adventure was walking through this small Mexican town, feeling like I was in the middle of what some might say looks like nowhere. Now, if you've seen the show Mosquito Coast on Apple TV, then you kind of have a small idea. But not that rustic, but it was close. This is how I ended up at a restaurant called Oregano, a small local restaurant off of the quote-unquote main road through town. I had chicken that they literally grilled on a small pit on the sidewalk out in front of the restaurant. You can't get food that was that close to home cooking. Nighttime in Zipolite is a whole other vibe. Playa del Amor is a popular beach cove where romantic vibes can lead to intimate encounters. What is truly magical is straights, gays, couples, and singles all come here together to enjoy the incredible sunsets. When the sun disappears and the dark descends, the beach turns into this whimsical place with bonfires and music. People gather around playing guitars or music from Bluetooth speakers, singing, dancing, and vibing. There was this sense of community, like we all were searching for the same freedom and being a part of something bigger than ourselves. Zipolite allowed me to meet some very cool people from all over the world. Some were first-timers like myself, others were seasoned vets. Some were even locals who were either natives to the area or moved there and made the town their home. I met Brandon, a brother from Atlanta, Victor, a Puerto Rican from DC, and lots of Mexicans from various cities throughout the country of Mexico. I even met an Irish throuple from London that were as intellectually engaging as they were outright hilarious. By the end of my trip, I felt refreshed and reset. More confident about my choice to live in a new and different country, more connected to myself, and with a stronger desire to connect to others that are different from me. Everybody was just there to enjoy the town, the beach, the company, the freedom. No judgments, no weird looks, just pure acceptance. Sometimes you gotta jump out there and see the world, how it is and how you are, not how you think it should be. And in Zipolite, I learned who I am is just fine. I can't wait for my next Mexican adventure. So, if you ever get the chance, I highly recommend taking that leap. Go somewhere that scares you a little. Do something that's out of your comfort zone. You might just find a piece of yourself you didn't know was missing. And if you end up in Zipolite, look for me. I'll be the one dancing in the waves, free as can be. Hasta luego.